Okay, here we go. So again, good evening to everybody. I hope we're doing great. Since today we don't have the book, we're still going to do a few things that might not require the book completely. Okay. So first of all, I think Angelica and Franklin were here on on Tuesday. Avril, you were not, correct?
No.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, so on Tuesday, I asked you guys, Angelica and Franklin, and the ones that were here, to create questions using the 4 different types that we cover on Monday. Were you able to complete it?
No.
No, no,
I
you don't. Because I know you were not here. I mean, like Angelica and Franklin.
I did
Okay.
sentences in negative, positive, and questions.
Okay. Thank you. Angelica, how about you? Hello, Erika, how are you?
And
Hello.
I finished. I they can those do I don't understand really.
Okay, so which ones were you able to do?
La positiva la pregunta y la negativa de can. La de tú y dos, bueno, no, digamos, no logré terminarla.
Okay, okay. Franklin, can you read the ones that you created?
Yes, I have simple past. The first sentence is Roxy is sad. The second, Roxy is not sad. The third is Roxy sad? Like questions. And I have Franklin doesn't like chicken. Does Franklin like chicken? That's
Mhm.
the question. Franklin likes fish.
Mhm.
You can read this book. You can't read this book. Can you read this book? Like questions.
Mhm.
Did you love she? It's questions. You loved she. You didn't love she.
Okay,
And
okay. And that was it, right?
yes.
Thank you. Angelica, can you read the questions that you created? I mean, the statements?
The question is, can Sophia run in the running track? The positive is Sophia can run in the running track. And the negative is Sophia cannot run in the running track.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now what we're gonna start doing today is we're gonna be working on these ones that we did, but we are going to add or look at a different type of question format, okay? So we have one that is, you probably know this by now, but it is the ones that are information questions, the ones where we add, WH words, where, when, what, who, how, etc. Okay, so let me share my screen so we can find out how to make these questions. Okay, here we go. So the first type of question that we had on Tuesday was the ones of simple present for be. Okay, so in order to make these ones for with WH words, the format that we're going to follow, and this applies for most of them, is we're gonna start with the WH word, which can be this one. Okay, it can be where, when, why, what, how, which, etc. Okay, so we can choose any of these words. And after this, we're going to have the auxiliary, which in this case is going to be the same as the verb, okay? Meaning the verb be. And after this, you're going to have the subject. And sometimes, depending on the statement, the complement using a question mark. Okay? So, how are we doing? Clear with this part?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's go ahead and create one. Okay. Let's use what? So, we're going to have the WH word first. In the case of the verb and the auxiliary, since for be it is the same, we're going to have be. So you can say, for example, once that we add this the verb, we know the subject, because in this case is limited to only 3 different subjects. What are those subjects?
She, he, and it.
Exactly, thank you. So what is, we can say in this case, her name, for example. So, and question mark. So her name will be the entity that we're referring to, okay? Another one is the typical one that we see every time that we are introducing ourselves, which is, where are you from? In question mark. So do we have everything that the question or the format requires? Okay, here we have the WH word, the auxiliary and verb, which is be, the subject, which is you, and then from will be the rest of the complement, of course, followed by the question mark. Okay, questions, doubts? I guess we don't. Okay, so after this, the one that we talked about was, okay, simple present. In simple present, whenever we make questions, remember simple present, it's do and does. These are the two auxiliaries that we use in simple present, okay? The format is going to be very similar. So how is it going to be? We're going to have WH word plus auxiliary, then the subject, followed by the verb, complement, and question mark. Okay, let's make a statement. So WH word, for example, let's use a different one. Why? Auxiliary, it can be do or does. Cualquiera de dos está bien. It will depend on the subject. So why do? Since it is do, I can only use either I, you, we, or they. Okay. Why do they? Now I need the subject, the verb. What do they like? I don't know, salads. Okay, and question mark. Let's make one more. Let's choose how. How, okay, how will be a WH word. Then how does, because we need to use the auxiliary. How does, I don't know, Emily how does Emily bake so many cookies? In question mark. Okay, do we have all the different parts? Yes, we have the WH word, the auxiliary, which is does. Emily will be the subject. Then bake will be the main verb. And so many cookies will be the complement. Questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Short time.
The auxiliary do and does is only for simple present?
Correct. Only in
Okay.
simple present. If you see them, for example, if you see a sentence that says, I don't know, Carlos doesn't like pizza, then you can rest assured that that sentence is in simple present, only simple present.
Yeah.
Or if you see it in a question, what do you like? So the question is in simple present. Like right now, what are things that you usually enjoy? Okay?
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. After do and does, the one that we had, I think it was can. Yes, it was can. So how does it work for can? Very, very simple. So whenever we use can, we're going to start again with the WH word. Can, because that's the same auxiliary that we're going to use, followed by subject, verb, and then complement, and the question mark, of course. So for example, you can go ahead and say, what can we, wait. What can we cook for dinner? And question mark. And I also have all the different parts. I have the WH word, the auxiliary, which is can, the subject, which is we, cook, the main verb, and for dinner will be the rest or the complement. Okay? Let's make one more. Okay, let me see which. For which it is very common to have a subject or an entity next to which. As you know, which means cuál. O sea, which es para decir cuál. Entonces, usualmente es como cuál película, cuál carro, cuál pan, cuál, whatever. Entonces, it's very common to have an object next to the word which. So, for example, which movie can they watch tomorrow? Okay. Which movie can they watch tomorrow? Do I have all the different parts? Let me make the question mark here. Do I have all the different parts? I do. WH word, and then I have the object that goes next to which, the auxiliary, which is can, the subject, the verb, and the rest of the sentence. Very important, remember that in questions, the auxiliary In this case, can or do or does is going to have the weight of the sentence. O sea, tiene el peso de la oración. Por lo cual, the verb can't be touched. O sea, no se puede tocar por nada del mundo. Okay? So what do I mean? Si tienen una lista de verbos, in the first column, that's the one that we use. Algunas personas dicen base form, otros dicen infinitivo. La forma correcta es base form. O hay personas que dicen hasta el verbo en presente, que it's not really present, it's just base form. Pero, en dado caso, para motivos de entenderlo, will be the same. Okay? Questions, doubts, concerns?
Eh,
Okay, awesome.
sí,
And
yo sí tengo
tell me,
una,
tell me.
solo que no sé cómo preguntar. El movie, ¿qué es, digamos?
Movie,
¿Es
película.
complemento sí, digamos, pero en la forma de la oración, en la forma de
Ah,
la pregunta,
sería un object. Sería un object que está a la par de which para identificar, para aclarar de qué estamos hablando. Pero sería un object. It can be a person, it can be y con object no me refiero literalmente, como un objeto, sino como, o sea, como que es una cosa, sino el hecho que es una entidad, lo que se interpreta como un complemento directo. Entonces, ¿cuál película, cuál persona, cuál computadora, cuál teléfono? So that's why we use it. Para
solo
entender.
con which,
Ah,
solo con which.
solo con which, correct. Is the one that actually requires that.
Y me puede explicar, profe, disculpe, es que la verdad no lo entendí muy bien.
¿Mm?
Lo que dijo del verbo que se usa en base form,
Ah, sí, sí, sí. Lo que les decía es que después de un auxiliar, siempre el verbo va a ir en base form. Entonces, déjenme ver si tengo una lista por acá. Fijo, tengo que tener una. I usually have one. Entonces, denme un
ahí entonces, por ejemplo, sería el watch.
Voy a tratar de enseñarte una en un segundo. Personal, but no, aquí está. Entonces, voy a enseñarles. Vamos a stop sharing for a second. Vean. Voy a enseñarles una lista. Okay. Ok. En este momento pueden ver mi pantalla.
Sí,
Ok, perfecto. Entonces, como les decía, cuando se utiliza, cuando se hace una pregunta, siempre va a estar usualmente va a estar el auxiliar del tiempo verbal. Si es presente simple, va a ser do or does. Si es pasado simple, como lo vimos la vez pasada, que ya lo vamos a retomar en un momento, sería el did. Entonces, el auxiliar es el que le toca como la mayor cantidad de trabajo. ¿Por qué? Porque además de ayudarme a formar la pregunta, me tiene que marcar el tiempo verbal. O sea, me tiene que decir si es presente, si es pasado, si es futuro, qué es. Por eso lo que les decía es, como ya el auxiliar está haciendo eso en la pregunta, el verbo dice, yo aquí no hago nada, estoy relajado. Y se coloca en la forma base. La forma base siempre o usualmente es la primera, bueno, dice que manejaron todas, es la primera columna que aparece. En algunas listas sale como base form o forma base, en algunas sale como infinitivo y todavía sí que hay personas que dicen como en presente, que el término no es el más correcto, pero básicamente todas hacen referencia al verbo simple, o sea, sin agregarle absolutamente nada. Por ejemplo, aquí pueden ver arise, awake, que dice pasado simple, participio pasado y está en español. Entonces, es básicamente utilizar estos que salen acá en la primera columna. No importa que quieran utilizar, siempre y cuando lo mantengan así después de que esté el auxiliar. Si no está el auxiliar, sí tenemos que modificar el verbo, como por ejemplo con lo que veíamos el martes, de que si es she, he or it, le tenemos que agregar, por ejemplo, si es el verbo work, que es she works. O si es, por ejemplo, a los que tienen como este que está acá, catch, que si termina en ch o sh, se le agrega es. Por ejemplo, catches, como my dog catches the ball. O si es uno, por ejemplo, como deal, solo se le agrega la S. Entonces, por ejemplo, uno puede decir, I don't know, Francisco deals with bla, bla, bla. ¿Ok? Cuando está en presente simple, sí se le agrega la S, pero en el momento que aparece el auxiliar, se le quita cualquier cambio o cualquier añadido que se le haya hecho al verbo. ¿Ok? ¿O te dejamos confundido?
Todo bien, profe. Gracias.
You're most welcome. Okay, so let's go back to the other part. Let me stop sharing this one. Okay, here we go. Entonces, como les decía, ya esto es con Ken. Ahora vamos a ir al último que vimos la vez pasada, que fue did. ¿Cómo lo hablábamos el martes? Did is the auxiliary for simple past. This is the only one. O sea, siempre que vean did, pueden estar seguros 100% de que did solo se utiliza en simple past. ¿Ok? Entonces, how does it work? Okay, it is actually quite simple. ¿Qué tienen que hacer? Cuando se trata de las preguntas WH, que son las de información, que son las que van a requerir como una respuesta más completa, entonces el formato va a ser igual al de presente simple, usando do y does. La única diferencia es que en lugar de usar do or does, you're going to use did. So you have to use did. For example, WH word plus did, and very important, una ventaja que tiene did is that did works for every single subject, okay? It doesn't matter if it's she, he, it, we, they, you, all of them use did, okay? And then after did, you need the subject, followed by the verb, and then the complement and the question mark, okay? For example, let's make an example. Where did you go yesterday? Okay, where did you go yesterday? Do I have everything? Okay, let's check. I have the WH word, the auxiliary, which is did, you, which is the subject, go, which is the main verb, and yesterday, which is the complement, and of course, the question mark. Okay, let's make another one. When did they buy that house? In question mark. Do I have everything? Yes, I have the WH word, the auxiliary, which is did, the subject, the main verb, and the rest of the sentence or the complement. Okay? Questions? Clear? Or doubts?
Clear.
I hope so. Okay, so this is for questions, okay? This is how you make questions in all the different tenses. Well, the ones that we talked about. So now we're going to do a small practice. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link in a second. Let me stop sharing this one. Okay, I'm sending the link or this, yeah, here in the chat of Zoom. So with this one, you're gonna be able to join.
Teacher, ¿entramos?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, I think I have everybody there, because yes, okay, I have Erika, Angelica, Franklin, Aurora. Am I missing anyone? No. Okay, so this one is going to be a series of questions where you need to put into practice the word order of questions, okay? So let's just start and see how that goes. It's very short.
Todos vieron bueno, el logo ahí se quedó dando vueltas, a mí no me metió, porque
Sorry, what happened?
no sé, el logo de quizzes se quedó así como dando vueltillas, pero no me tiró como las opciones y eso.
That is very question. Can you try to refresh? Dale refrescar a ver qué, porque si me
Voy,
sale que Erika, Abril y Angélica ya han sido capaces de responder.
voy.
Dale.
Tal vez sea el internet. No quiere cargar.
Yeah, I think it's that. Creo que tal vez podría ser eso, porque sí, me sale que yo creo que fue Erika que ya terminó, Abril también y Angélica está a punto de. So I think it was that. Porque creo que el juego como que sí sirvió. I think. Igual podría decir a quizzes.com y poner el código. A ver si te deja entrar. Que es lo de quizzes.com. Y ahí te puse el código para aquello. Okay, I think most of you finished, so let's go ahead and see how that go. ¿Cómo les fue? Easy. Do you have any questions? Were there any questions that you didn't understand o alguna con la que no entendieran o que tuvieran dudilla?
No, solo fallé una. Me sentí buena.
Okay, very good. That means that you're understanding, which is great. Okay, so guys, how about the others? Any questions? ¿Cómo les fue?
A mí bien, también se lo fallé una.
Okay, that was very good. Okay, that's great. In that case, let's move on to the next topic. For the next topic, ya vamos a iniciar la unidad 1B. The U1B unit talks about the perfect date, o sea, la cita perfecta. So for that reason, I'm going to ask you to define what would be the perfect date for you. O sea, la cita con la que ustedes dicen, si todo esto pasa en la misma cita, me caso. O sea, what would be that perfect date? Entonces, les voy a dar unos minutillos para que piensen en eso, lo traten de escribir, aunque sean las ideas. And I'm going to let you know what you're going to be doing, ¿ok? Pero primero traten de pensar de forma individual qué necesita tener that first date for it to be perfect. Que usted diga 20 de 10, ¿ok? So think about those things that you need in the first date. I'm going to give you around like 5 minutes and then we're going to do an activity, okay? But first, work on that. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water. Okay, guys, how did it go? Were you able to write down all the information? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so since we are four, since you're four, I'm going to send you into the breaker rooms, and you are going to tell this to your partner. Okay, so for example, if I am working with Erika, I will tell Erika the details of my perfect date. Okay, and Erika will tell me the details of her perfect date. Okay, the idea is that when we come back, then I will tell you, everybody, the details of Erika's perfect date, and Erika will tell everybody the details of my perfect date. Okay, so let me go ahead and create the breakout rooms. Questions?
No.
Okay, let me go ahead and send into the breakout rooms.
And have a nice time.
Okay. Okay, Henika, how about Abril's perfect date?
And April perfect date would be to watch the sunset on the beach with delicious food and talk about your interests.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then we have Erika and Franklin. Guys, how did it go?
Okay, Franklin, perfect state will be good conversation, feel comfortable, feel relaxed, and see good gestures, no sé cómo se pronuncia. ¿Sí me escucharon? Sí.
Yes,
Ah,
yes,
ok.
yes, we did. Okay, Franklin, how about Erika's?
Uy, acá el baño, apenas llegué. Okay. Erika says that the dinner has to be sushi. The drink has to be margaritas o margaritas, no sé cómo se dice. The restaurant has to be La Sion Sushi. Have a good topic of conversation. The dessert has to be ice cream.
Ice cream as a story is a really good idea. Okay, guys, thank you. Very good. Okay, so the reason why I ask you about that is because the unit starts talking about the perfect date. So let's go ahead and no, let's read what it says about a perfect date. Let me share my screen with you. Here we go. Okay, it says, please date my dad. Okay, so how was the date? So we're gonna take turns to read this. So we're gonna start, maybe Franklin, can you help me out? So you're gonna start reading, and when I say stop, you stop there, and then we look for another person.
When I stop,
When I tell you.
okay. You probably think this is a parent asking the question to their child, but many children are now helping their single parents find love too. Clean Borges, at 52 years old, a businessman, was divorced 10 years ago. His daughter, 26 years old, Charlotte, doesn't want her dad to end up alone. Her mom married 5 years ago, and Charlotte has a boyfriend.
Thank you. Stop there. Maybe Angelica. Angelica, can you continue with Charlotte?
Charlotte and Clint are very close. They often go out together in the evening. They're planning a trip to India for later in the year, and they are both Bruce Springsteen fan, but Charlotte thinks that Clint needs a new partner, and he agrees. My dad is the perfect man, she says. He's warm, he's generous, he knows how to look after a woman, how to treat a woman. He's a gentleman. He's always the one who pays on dates. He's romantic and he fun, and I don't mind spending Friday and Saturdays nights with my dad, and that says a lot. I'm only 26.
Thank you. That was very good. Erika, please continue.
Dating in the 21st
21st.
21st, sorry.
Yes.
21st century is very different from when Clint was young. Internet dating has changed everything. It is difficult now just to walk over to a woman and ask her, "Can I buy you a drink?" He says before, when you meet people face to face, there was sometimes a spark, a feeling of romantic destiny. You don't get that from someone's profile picture.
Thank you. And I think we're missing Abril.
La parte de Charlotte.
Yes, please.
Charlotte wrote Clint's dating profile for an online dating website. Clint would like to meet a woman who works, preferable a businesswoman, someone who's independent but funny and smart. He has had several dates, but none of the women were right for him. He and Charlotte are still looking. I'm always hopeful, he said. I really believe that sooner or later I'm going to find one.
Perfect. Thank you. That was very good. Okay, so what do you think about this person? Do you think that he is the perfect date? Do you agree with the daughter? Or
No,
you
I'm
don't
disagree
you disagree? Why?
because she pays. She pays, I think.
No,
O sea,
he's
no es que dice que ella le toca pagar su comida o algo así.
no. He says he's always the one who pays on dates. O sea, él es el que siempre paga las citas. He's romantic and he's fun. Es romántico y divertido.
Ok, entonces I'm agree.
Y usted, bueno, si él paga, entonces I like him. Okay. Yeah, he seems to be like a very nice person, actually. Do you think that someone at that age can find love? ¿Ustedes creen que una persona a los 52 todavía tiene posibilidad de encontrar el amor? Or maybe not. What do you think?
Yes, I think.
I think yes.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you're never too old nor too young to find love. Okay, thank you. That was very good. We have some vocabulary, pero andamos el vocabulario hoy por el hecho de que todavía no tienen el libro, entonces we're not gonna get there. What we're going to talk about is simple present, which is a topic for today. Let me go ahead. Here we go. so we can look at it. Okay. Simple present 1B. We talked about simple present on Tuesday a little bit. Okay, so simple present, let's read what we have here. We use the simple present for things we do every day, every week, year, or for things that are generally true or always happen. We use don't or doesn't in negative sentences and do and does to make questions. Okay. So for example, I usually work at home. My parents don't live near here. Do you speak French? Yes, I do. No, I don't. My brother works in the city. Bueno, que les decía, con siempre que sea she, here, it, el verbo se va a ver afectado. En este caso, como termina en consonante como vocal, perdón, como K, se le agrega solo la S. Doesn't, ahí ya está el doesn't, es solo para she, here, it. Then does he like pop music? And yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Okay. The table that we have below, works, we add the S. If it's a study, we change the Y for an I and add ES. También aplica para cries and what others? Let me think. Well, if I remember, I'll let you know. Finish, como termina en SH, we add ES, finishes. Go and do, goes and does. And have, has. Entonces, siempre que vean un has, hace referencia a tercera persona singular. Has, she has, he has, it has. Okay? But the questions up to here, dudas. I get
No.
started on questions. Okay, very simple, very quick. Just keep in mind that for simple present, you're going to need subject plus verb and complement. That's it. So you can say, for example, Carla likes pizza. Okay, so in this case, I added an extra S. Why? Because it's Carla, which is the same as she. Okay, if I say Carla and Marco, then it will be like Carla and Marco, sorry, like pizza. Okay. To make it negative, that's what I said before, para hacer negativa siempre vamos a necesitar el auxiliar. Always, always, always. And the auxiliary for simple present will be the ones that we talked about, do and does. Okay, so for Carla, it will be Carla does not or doesn't like pizza. Y si fuese por el ejemplo de Carla and Marco, it would be Carla and Marco don't or do not like pizza. Okay? Esa es una oración. This one, it's positive. Estas dos, they are negative. And let's make a question. Como les dije la vez pasada, to make questions, we start with the auxiliary. Entonces solo tenemos que ponerlo here at the beginning in the yes or no questions. For example, does Carla like pizza? En question mark. Y noten cómo el like ya pierde la S. ¿Por qué? Porque estoy utilizando el auxiliar, o sea, el trabajo de marcar el tiempo verbal le toca al auxiliar. O sea, el trabajo más pesado le toca ahí. This is a yes or no question. And if I want to make a WH question, sería lo que ya vimos. For example, what does Carla like? Okay, and the answer would be Carla likes pizza. As easy as that. Questions?
Yes.
Tell me.
I have a question with Carla and Marco like pizza.
Ajá.
¿Por qué no se le agrega la S?
Porque sería Carla y Marco, ya dejaría de ser tercera persona singular. Solo agrego cuando es ella, él o eso. Cuando son algunos de esos tres, se puede agregar la S o se modifica el verbo cuando
She,
de,
he, and it, digamos.
perdón.
She, he, and it.
Exactly, exacto. Pero Carla y Marco ya dejan de ser she and he y pasan a ser ¿cuál? They. Entonces, como pasa, como cambian de pronombre de ser singular en tercera persona, automáticamente pierden ese derecho.
Queda normal, digamos.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Queda lo que vimos ahora en la lista como infinitivo o en forma base.
Gracias.
You're most welcome. Okay, now let's go back to this part. Close or next to simple present, we have the adverbs of frequency, okay? So son los adverbios de frecuencia, which are the ones that we use to talk about how often we do things, okay? ¿Qué tan frecuente hacemos cosas? So, let's read the examples. We often go out on Friday night. She doesn't usually study on weekends. I'm never sick. He's always late for work. She gets up early every day. And we have English classes twice a week. What you do? Okay, it says, number one, we often use the simple present with adverbs of frequency. Always, often, sometimes, usually, hardly ever, and never. Okay? Adverbs of frequency go before the main verb. O sea, van a ir antes del verbo principal. Vean, por ejemplo, en el primero dice, we often go out on Friday night. We often go. Entonces, el often, que es el adverbio de frecuencia, está antes del verbo principal, que es go. Adverbs of frequency go after be, ¿ok? Vean aquí no la contradicción, sino la otra posición. Si el verbo principal es el verbo be, lo vamos a colocar después. Por ejemplo, I'm never sick. ¿Cuál es el verbo principal? El verbo be, which is the am, like I'm. That am represents the am, I am. And then never, it will be the adverb of frequency. Entonces, para cualquier verbo que no sea el verbo be, antes del verbo, ahí es donde colocamos el adverbio de frecuencia, y si es el verbo be, entonces más bien lo pasamos después del verbo, o sea, el verbo be. ¿Ok? And, for example, she's never sick. Remember to use a positive verb with never. Okay, this is very important. En inglés es un idioma tan sencillo que no hace falta hacer la negación tantas veces. Entonces, ya que la palabra never significa nunca, entonces el verbo tiene que estar en positivo. O sea, yo no puedo decir I don't cook never. ¿Por qué? Porque pasa como en la regla de matemáticas que vimos en el cole, bueno, no sé si todavía está en el cole, que era que, ¿verdad? Negativo por negativo te iba a dar positivo. Entonces, si usted me dice I am never, I am not late, never, por ejemplo, automáticamente me está diciendo que siempre llega tarde. ¿Ok? Por eso uno tiene que decir I am never late or I never eat pizza. Entonces, el verbo principal tiene que ir en forma positiva. O sea, no puede haber ninguna partícula negativa, ningún not a la par. ¿Ok? In expressions of frequency, ok, las expresiones de frecuencia, such as every day, once a week, etc., usually go at the end of the sentence, ok, cuando es una expresión como una vez a la semana, una vez al mes, de vez en cuando, all of those, como ya son expresiones un poquito más largas, we put them at the end. Entonces, repaso rápido, si es un verbo común y corriente, que no sea el verbo be, el adverbio, we're going to put it before the verb. Okay, let's have some examples over here. Okay, entonces, let's write it here, adverbs of frequency. Entonces, first scenario, if it's a regular verb, we put it before the verb. For example, Okay, Kendall never visits his friends. Okay. Main verb is visit. Y por esa razón tenemos never before. ¿Por qué? Porque como es un verbo común y corriente, we put it before. Next one is with the verb be. So it has to be after the verb. So Kendall is always happy. ¿Ok? Entonces, aquí tenemos el verbo and here we have the adverb después, the adverb of frequency. And the third scenario, it's whenever it is expression, okay? Those expressions, they go at the end, okay? So we can say, wait, Kendall cooks dinner every day, okay? Aquí lo tenemos, twice a week, once a month, 3 times per year. All those expressions, they will go at the end, okay? Questions? No questions? Okay, well, if there are no questions, I'm going to take that as you are flying. Okay, ya que no tenemos el libro todavía, I look for a practice online very quickly that you can take. So, I'm going to send it here. Okay, ahí tienen el link, se lo mandé por el chat de Zoom. And you're going to go ahead and complete this one right now, okay? Any question, feel free to let me know. Cualquier preguntilla y me preguntan. Vaga redundancia.
Antes de empezar a hacerlo, tengo una pregunta. Eh, para ver si no estoy mal o estoy pateando.
No,
Digamos, los adverbios de frecuencia se utilizan solo en un tiempo, digamos. O sea, no se puede hablar de esto en pasado.
no, you can.
Porque vi que, por ejemplo, usted algunos verbos los puso como cooks, digamos,
Ajá,
los puso como tipo present, ¿verdad?
ajá.
Y digamos en pasado, como,
You can use them in past. I wrote them in present because the book is putting it together to simple present. Entonces sí se pueden utilizar. Pero el presente simple probablemente es el tiempo verbal con el que es más común usarlos, pero no es el único que es gramaticalmente correcto para utilizarlos con ellos. Por ejemplo, ustedes pueden usarlos también con un presente perfecto, que usted me diga, we have always cooked dinner in my house, for example. Or hasta en pasado perfecto, que me digas, I had never eaten such a delicious meal. Entonces, no hay ningún problema con utilizarlos con otros tiempos verbales, los que sí nunca se usan por problemas de semántica, o sea, problemas de significado, es con los continuos, todos los que tienen ing. Entonces, como que, I am always cooking. Nope, that is not usually common. I am sometimes thinking. En esos no es tan usual utilizarlos. El más común es presente simple, pero sí se pueden utilizar en otros también. Por el momento lo vamos a mantener en presente simple porque es lo que lo que el libro nos está mostrando. Pero yes, you can do it.
gracias.
You're most welcome.
I finished, teacher.
Thank you, Abril. How did it go?
Good.
Good. Okay, how many points did you get?
Espérate para revisar. 73.
Okay.
Fallé más que todas las preguntas como de los animales y cosas así.
Okay. No, but that's still good. Do you have questions?
Sí, pero no sé cómo planteárselo, la verdad. Es
Okay.
que me confundía porque en algunas preguntas o sea, con animales, el verbo me cambiaba y le tenía que poner S y en otros le ponía con S y me marcaba que estaba mal, entonces no sé, me perdí con eso.
Déjame ver si me sale alguna so we can actually use that. Aquí tengo una, me imagino que las mismas que te salió a vos, storks, y me sale fly and flies, south in winter.
Ajá.
En esta, por aquello, ¿cuál, bueno, te acuerdas que pusiste o no?
Creo que puse flies, si no me equivoco.
Okay, that would be great, porque de hecho sí sería flies por el hecho que storks es más de uno, son varias, o sea, son cigüeñas.
Ah, ok, entonces depende de la cantidad,
Ujú,
es que se la... Ok, entonces es eso, porque a veces me ponía que tenía que ponerle la S y en otros no llevaba S, entonces ahí me perdí un toque.
ujú. Ok, vamos a ver si me sale alguna otra. She goes, no. A ver, es que me salió otra. A penguin, can or cans. En esta, por aquello, ¿te acuerdas cuál elegiste?
Sí, en ese sí elegí can.
Ujú, por aquello, cans no existe. Entonces, para todos, cans nunca les debería salir. Bueno, puede que les salga, pero va a ser una trampa. Que the cat catches, porque es solo uno. The cat catches.
Yo tuve 93%.
Oh, that is great, Eddie. Very, very good.
Yes.
The girl cries out in fear. Uh-huh. This woman drives a lorry. Ujú. Ok, si no me salieron más de animales, entonces no pude como darte más ejemplos, pero sí, siempre hay que tener cuidado con la cantidad, porque si me dice, por ejemplo, the cat va a ser uno, pero si me dice the cats, entonces al ser dos pasa de ser it a ser they, entonces ya obviamente con solo que sea cats, ya sale de la categoría en la que agrego ese o que modifico el verbo a la que y entra la de no toco el verbo de ninguna forma. Ok, guys, quick question, do you have a list of verbs? Si tienen una lista de verbos.
Yes.
You do? Okay, awesome. Okay, because if you didn't, then I was gonna send one, but if you already have one, that's great. Okay. Any final questions? Any final comments? I'm gonna
De mi
take.
parte, no.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna stop here today. We ready, as I said, ya le mandé el mensaje al coordinador para que revisara por qué no me le han llegado los libros a ustedes. Y me dijo, ya me contestó, me dijo que está revisando. Apenas sepa más información de por qué no les han llegado, les estoy contando. La fe ya es que les lleguen y ya lunes podamos, el lunes, no, perdón, el martes podamos empezar con el libro, ¿ok? In the meantime, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Take good care of you, and I'll see you this coming Tuesday.
Thank you, teacher.
Teacher,
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank
good night.